Now or never, I have good credit, might as well leverage it to generate me some income. You technically have a profitable business without having to use any of your money.
It's actually setting them up from their 9 to 5 to full-time entrepreneurship.
You need to set your credit up the right way right now so that when the time comes, you're good to go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Capital Talk. Today, I have Elvis here. He flew all the way from California and he's gonna go over everything that he learned past year, right? So he actually personally helped me with my credit and funding. And right now he's also helping my clients also get funding for our capital econ business. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you got started, where you're from.
I'm originally from Guatemala, but then I moved to California and I've been living in California for like the past 10 years. The reason why I got started with credit or learning about credit was because I had really bad credit. I actually went into a lot of debt when I was younger, and I was just trying to figure out a way to pay off my debt and fix my credit because, I mean, I was getting older, and at one point I was gonna have to use my credit. And yeah, I signed up for like this getting out of debt program that took forever, and it was probably like the worst thing you can do if you're trying to fix your credit if you have a lot of debt. Yeah. But then I got out of debt, and then my credit was like horrible. I think it hit like 400s. After that, I was like, you know what? I need to figure out how to fix it. But I always had that mentality of like, I can do it myself.
Yeah.
And it took me like a year to bring it up to like maybe like 50 points up, which is nothing. Yeah. But then I started doing research on the internet about people that do credit repair, and I started doing more research on how I could do it myself.
Yeah.
I paid people to teach me, and I bought a few courses, but honestly, it's a lot of information. So if you're trial and erroring different things, like it'll take you a while. It'll take you like a really, really long time. Yeah. But at one point, I was like, you know what? I'd rather pay for time, and I just invested $1,000 with this guy. Bad idea. Like, he didn't fix my credit. It kind of just like it went up a little bit, and then. I kept learning, and I started applying things that I was learning, and then it shot up to all the way to like 750.
Oh wow!
And yeah, like just I networked with a bunch of people that were in the space that taught me a lot of other things. In the previous mentorship that we had a guest named Eddie. He actually helped me out a lot, taught me a lot of good things about credit and how to boost it up a lot higher. Yeah. And then I was just like, you know what? Like, let's take advantage of this. Like, I have good credit. What can I do with it? And I just decided to start getting credit cards that had no interest for a really long time. And then that's when I ran into your page, and I saw that you were doing Walmart automation. So I hit you up, and I asked you how it worked. I think we hopped on a call. It lasted a while, but you kind of explained everything in detail. So I was like, you know what? It's now or never. I have good credit, might as well leverage it to generate me some income. Because of this, because I learned how to implement something for myself, actually I reached out to like friends and family because I saw it as a really good opportunity, and I was like, you know what, like let me leverage your good credit so that you can get like funding for a business. They all loved the idea. So my very first friend I helped, it was actually my sister. She ended up with like 65 or 70 grand.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then she just ended up getting a Walmart store. Nice. And then the second person was a friend of mine. He ended up with about 35K. Same thing, he got his store. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, I might as well start like monetizing from this. So I started selling it as a service, and a lot of people in the space actually charge you about 10, 15, even 20% of whatever you get approved for. Yeah. Which that means to me that's like ridiculous for someone that's trying to start a business. Imagine you get someone, which I have, like the fourth person I helped, I got him 150K. Yeah. Imagine if I charged that person 10%. Yeah. That would have been 15 grand up front. And he's supposed to use that to start a business, right? Yeah. So he's already behind a lot. So I like just set a flat fee. I started charging people $2,500. Yeah. And that's how I started like generating income. And it wasn't until like too long ago that I actually was able to quit my job because of ecom, because of funding, because of all these other things that I was getting involved with. And then we partnered up and decided to teach other people to do what we
now you have the freedom to do anything basically.
Exactly. And
Travel.
the funny thing is, like, when I started talking to you, you told me that you came from a similar background. Like, you had to leverage credit, right?
Oh yeah.
For to start your ATM business.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
I got funding for like $59,000. My first credit application. I mean, I did about like mass application. I think it was about 7 cards. I got approved for 5. So to backtrack a little bit to your story is so you had debt and you fixed your credit, then you got funding, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's 2 different people in the world, right? There's one with debt, they fix their credit, they get funding. What do you have to say for people who's like, oh, I pay everything cash, like cash is king, like I don't want credit, like this and this, right? Like when it comes to buying a house, buying a car, they can afford it cash. What do you have to say to that?
So honestly, you do need cash for everything. Like, I mean, you can't start a business if you don't have any type of cash flow. But if you have a job and you earn cash, like, why are you gonna leverage that to go into any type of business that's gonna generate you income? Where you're gonna, as soon as you invest it, you lose it.
Yeah.
But if you do credit, one, you get either cash back or rewards that will help you either travel for free anywhere or get your return on investment faster.
Yeah.
And they remove a lot of the liabilities too. Like, if something goes wrong, you can just call your creditor and let them know what's going on. Chances are they're gonna understand and try to work with you. If it's cash, you lose it, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go and make it again.
Exactly. Like to be honest with you, like when I bought like one of my cars, what I did, they would allow me to pay $20,000 with a credit card and gave me 3 times the points. I had 60,000 points, and I also hit 150,000 points when I spent more than like 50 grand or something that month, right? So I hit that bonus. Now I have enough points to literally travel to Dubai in first class, and I can pay the 20 grand off next month, you know? Even though I had the cash, I could have just wired it or swipe my debit card, but I used my credit card. Now I have all these benefits, you know? Now I'm gonna have a higher spending limit because I spent over 50 grand that month, you know?
Yep.
So when it comes to like credit, also like, yes, you can pay like cash for everything, but what if something happens, you don't have that cash anymore? You can't leverage credit because you have no credit. You have no history. If you're around 40 years old, you have no payment history, no credit cards, no rental history, and all of that. In today's world, guys, it's like you're lost, basically, if you think about it. You're trying to buy even a car, they won't even approve you because you have no credit, no previous history of you financing a car, right?
Yep.
So when it comes to this kind of things, credit is really important because you can literally use credit to leverage into businesses, even pay off debt. Like, cause I know a lot of people, if they have like, let's say $20,000 in credit card debt, they can transfer that to a 0% interest rate credit card, not pay interest, pay it off. And now they have to pay over how many years of $20,000 in credit card debt with 26% interest rate. Do the math. It's a lot of money you're paying just on the interest rate itself.
Yeah.
So you could use, credit to leverage a lot of things.
Yeah, especially like with the interest rates, like a lot of people don't talk about it, but if you're paying 24, 25, 26% interest on your debt, that means every single month you're paying 1/4 of your debt just on interest alone. Yeah. So your little bit of payments that you're making every month, a fourth of it is going just to the bank, just like you're just giving it away when it could go straight to your debt. Yeah. That's something that people don't really have that conversation, don't really understand how interest works. Yeah. Because honestly, like interest can work like against you or it can work for you. Yeah. So if you take advantage of all these bank rules, once you understand them, you could actually help them generate you income and set you up for the rest of your life pretty much. Like at one point, young people usually want to start a business, want to make money. But if you're like 30s, 40s, you probably want to buy a house or cars. You want to put your kids through school. And guess who are the people that are going to get like loans from the bank? The people that have good credit. Yeah. Let's say right now, like homes are really, really expensive. If you want to take advantage either right now of the interest rates or once this is over of the cheap prices, you need to set your credit up the right way right now so that when the time comes, you're good to go. You're not going to want to fix your credit when it's time to use it because it's a process. It takes time. Exactly. And honestly, like I feel like credit is probably like the base for anything you do in life, at least here in the U.S. Everything from jobs to businesses to your home to cars, literally everything requires credit. Yeah. And because there's not like a lot of information about credit, people have the wrong idea. They think, oh, I have bad credit now.
Yeah.
That's going to be my credit forever.
Yeah.
When in reality, there's so many options out there, whether it's negotiating with the banks, disputing accounts. Like, even if you don't want to do the work, you can hire someone. Maybe save a little bit of money, or even use a credit card to pay one of these agencies that fix credit. We have a friend of ours who's great at it, and that's the one we've been referring people to. And once that's fixed, you can literally, your options are still options. You don't have to have excuses telling you, like, you know what, your credit won't allow you to do it. You can't live here because you have bad credit. You can't drive that car. You won't have anyone telling you no. You could actually do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And because we were able to take advantage of these things, like I recently learned all this. You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, you came from having bad credit to now owning multiple businesses and having a lot of cash flow. And I'm barely like starting also. Like this is like year one after me making moves and stuff. But this could be so many people, and that's what we're focusing on doing, teaching everyone how to do the same exact things. Whether you have good credit, if you have good credit, you're saving so much time. All you need to do is learn the right sequence to get anywhere between 30 all the way to 150K worth of credit lines at 0%, so that you can go ahead and invest. And as long as you get your return on investment within that time frame, you technically have a profitable business without having to use any of your money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, my parents were immigrants, and I didn't have their power to have good credit. You know, like, if you have like parents who have good credit, you could leverage their credit to make your credit, you know, better, like get a history and a credit line, right? As known as
Authorized user.
Yeah, as known as authorized user, you can use that to leverage, you know, people who are younger. So if you ever have kids, you could literally build their credit how many age? Like 18?
Starting at 16. I believe.
Starting at 16, which is crazy. And you also mentioned something that's relatable too. You said you need credit for everything. So when I became a police officer when I was 25, I had to fix my credit. Like literally, I mean, I had no history. Like I didn't deal with credit. So when our application is that if you had bad credit, they won't accept you as a police officer, because they said if you're in debt or anything like that, most likely you're going to do something like reckless, you know? So they didn't, even though you go through everything to become a police officer and you had under like 600 credit score, they're not going to accept you as a police officer. It's crazy.
See, so everything from like jobs, like I said, to getting into a nice home, because most people in California, especially, like rent is super expensive. So if you just have one job, if that's your only source of income, and you have bad credit, you're stuck living somewhere you don't want to live with a bunch of people just to try to get ahead.
Yeah.
And instead, you could do the right things, like sacrifice a little bit of time, sacrifice a little bit of energy and effort, invest, make the right moves, and then in literally 1 year, your whole life can change. And I mean, I saw it with myself. Like literally, I came from like sharing a bedroom, and now I have like my own apartment.
Yeah.
And it all started because I made all the wrong decisions when I was younger. And I realized that it's either now or when am I going to do it? It's either now or never.
Yeah, exactly. Like for us, I started my entrepreneurship journey when I was 26. What about you?
I started with network marketing. I believe I was like 18. No, I was about 20, I think.
Yeah.
And then I just tried multiple businesses that some were making money and fail, but at the end of the day, it's the ones that don't give up, the ones that make it. Exactly. I'm pretty sure you have experiences with.
Oh yeah, I did MLMs and everything. I went through all of that. Yeah, if you're over 16 and you're watching this video, credit is the most important thing, because think about it. Think about a tree, right? It depends on the roots, right? Without the roots, you're gonna be standing tall. Somebody can just knock it over. So credit is literally like the root of your life. If you fix that, if you have over 720 credit score, you can literally get funding if you have major credit cards already. Of course, 5 accounts, right? Yeah. Guys, like credit is so important. Even if you have money to get into business, you don't want to use that money. Keep that money, save it, use $1,000 to fix your credit, right? And then leverage your credit cards and any kind of funding that you can get at a low interest rate to build a business, right? Like for me, like I said, my ATM business, I literally built it with my credit cards. I bought the ATMs through credit cards. I found a way to take the cash out from the credit cards and filled up my ATMs every week. Like it was just like one of the businesses I started that was really successful, you know. I seen all kind of MLMs before. I joined a few of them. It's not your own business, okay? Like that's one of the things, you know, I want to talk about is MLM is like working a 9 to 5. If the company goes down, most likely it will. Average MLM lasts about less than a year, right? You know, they sell you on this dream, but it doesn't like really happen for everyone. You can make your money on that, but the thing is that there's no long-term business aspect of it. You want consistent money. It's like the penny doubling every day, right? I'd rather get a penny doubling every day than $1 million because penny doubling every day is more than $5 million, right? So you want to invest into a business that's consistent, have passive income, like, you know, how we do it at Capital Ecom, right? We have businesses share profits with clients every single month, and that's how we do our business right now. So if you want to build something with your credit, make sure you also go into a right business like e-commerce. You could do funding. Even with our mentorship program that we have, like people can make over $100,000 a year. Like, because if you learn how to do funding for other people, which is really easy, you can leverage that. You can make a flat fee or a percentage, right, on the funding. And you can literally build a team also learning about credit repair. You can learn credit repair with the right people, and you could have a team overseas that could literally do the credit repair for you. Exactly. So, you know, one thing that we actually partner up is because of the mentorship program is because we actually want to help people, you know? It's not about like us like talking about just about credit and getting people funding into a business. It's actually setting them up from their 9 to 5 to full-time entrepreneurship, you know, where people can have freedom, travel, spend time with their family, you know. You know, there's a lot of even businesses that, like, for example, my dad, like, he works 7 days a week. He's 70, he's 72 now. He works at a 7-Eleven. That's his 7-Eleven, mind you, and he barely comes home. And that's a stressful business. You have to deal with people. You want a business that's like automated. You can have employees. A lot of people, what they try to do is they try to get all the money from their business. They won't even partner up with anyone, and they wouldn't have any employees. They try to handle everything themselves. That's when they can't handle customer support, so everything goes to, you know. You want to leverage other people when it comes to you open up your own business, you know. So I'm sure in the long run, if you do like have a lot of people DMing all the time and you try to do one-to-one calls, you have to have someone handling your DMs, right? Yeah. So that's how you leverage people. Like I literally have 3 people handling my Instagram DMs right now. So it's like you gotta leverage everyone, you know, in your team.
Yeah, because I feel like at the end of the day, there's 2 type of people in the world. Like the one that likes to do everything themselves and the ones that just want everything done for themselves. Yeah. So, and I feel like our mentorship is teaching people how to have the option to do both. Yeah. Like if, like the way I went, I did everything myself. Like I taught people, I got funding for people. Now I'm teaching people how to get funding for other people so they can sell it. I learned a little bit about credit. I'm going to teach that, but I'm not too knowledgeable with credit, but I have people that are experts at it. And those are the people that we're going to have as guests that are going to teach people if they want to start their own credit repair business, which every single person, like 90% of people, you know, probably need credit repair. So it's a pretty hot business. There's always going to be a market for it.
Yeah, especially after COVID right now, because everybody's credit got messed up. Exactly. Stop paying the credit cards.
Lost their jobs.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, even like right now, like you did funding for one of my business partner, Naeem. He's only 19. He's just got platinum. He just got like Amex Platinum with 150,000 points, you know?
With no credit limit too.
Yeah, no credit limit. It's just crazy. Yeah, guys. So I think that wraps up the video. If you do want to see more of these videos, definitely comment and share it. So that way we can make more of these videos. We talked about a little bit of our mentorship, what we covered in it, credit, funding, car hacking, travel hacking. We're gonna have new topics. We're gonna talk about NFTs and other things that, you know, that's gonna help you in your business. So our mentorship program is starting on first week of December. So if you wanna follow us, DM both of us. Our Instagram will be right here. Make sure you follow us and we'll talk to you later.